Hello, child of God. So this is part 2 of speaking life into your women, And if you've not watched part 1, please do. This is a continuation of part 1. This is part 2. Now, like I was saying, because of this fear that a lot of women have, we find out the reason why when you go to a typical church, you find the women population is always higher. You find 60, 40 to men. You find 70, 30 to men. You find some places you find 80% of women and 20% of men. It's because of this thing. Women in these words, positive affirmations, these words of upliftment, words of motivation, women need it all the time. They need it all the time to see what it does. It helps them maintain balance in their emotions. These words of uplifting words of encouragement, these words that build, positive words. It helps them. What it does, it helps them maintain that balance. It helps them neutralize the fear factor. It helps them neutralize it. So in a typical church, you're going to find more women there because they know what they need. And you see, God has put the husband there in the marriage to provide this every day. So you find some men who are complaining the woman respects her pastor more than him. The woman does things easier for her pastor more than him and others. No, you are not playing the role God put you there to play. Because if you look at the typical role the pastor plays in the house of God, it's similar to what the husband is supposed to play in the home. He sees you day and night, from Monday to Saturday. If you are not playing that role, it's going to be a problem. You will find more women in church. And some people don't get it. It's because they themselves know what they need. You see, and because women are emotional beings, they are easily attacked by the enemy. The devil really fights against women. A lot of people are not aware. The devil really fights against women through emotions. So you can be smiling with her, you're having a nice time 1 minute. The next minute she's so angry as if you guys were not having a good conversation a minute ago. And she herself does not know where the anger is coming from. It's attacks from the enemy. The enemy knows. You look at the typical scenario of the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve. When Eve was not there in the Garden of Eden, Adam was there alone with the lions. He was playing with the lions, playing with the bears, and playing with the tigers. The enemy never approached Adam. He kept his distance. The enemy never approached Adam. The enemy kept his distance. At the very moment, at the very time Eve came onto the scene, we saw the enemy move. Now, we look at a typical scenario of armed robbers. An armed robber will never attack a place where there's no loophole or where there's no vulnerability. No. An armed robber will not attack a heavy security place. He will never attack because he knows his chances of being able to be successful is very slim. He will not risk himself to be arrested. And there's a reason why the Bible tells us and tells you, the man, that the woman is a weaker vessel. The Bible has already told you this. It's making you aware of something. The enemy attacks women with emotions. It's also another area, but a lot of men have to be be attentive at. Sometimes the best of anger is not her, it's the enemy it's the enemy who is throwing that thing for her to react to it, so that it creates strife. And she does not even know where it's coming from. It's very important, these things. I keep talking about the family unit. The family unit is very important to every country, every nation, to every family. The family unit. The devil attacks it like nothing. And a lot of times, if you cannot get the man to fornicate, to get into some negative lifestyle, if you cannot get the man to fornicate or to do this or to do that, then he tries to go through the woman. Tries to go through the woman. So if we don't have a lot of men that understand some of these things I'm talking about. Very important. Women need those words of encouragement, uplifting words of motivation. They need it every day. They need it in the morning to start the day. They need it every day, every time, every opportunity. You have to be releasing those words so that they can, one, as I've said already, it helps them balance that, it helps them balance their emotion, diffuse fear. When you hear words of upliftment, words of motivation, words of encouragement, it has a way of stabilizing you. Very important. And women need it. It's an error, for a woman who is in a home with a man to wake up from her bed to look outside for her source of motivation. Big problem. The big problem. And that is the beginning of a lot of collapse of a lot of marriages. You lie on the same bed with your wife. She gets up in the morning and she's looking outside the marriage for a source of upliftment, a source of encouragement. You are in big trouble. Some of them, they look at their pastor's profile or something. But you, the man, this is why God put you there. This is one of your assignments. Do you get it? It's your assignment. It's easier for the children to download from the woman than from you. You can't run away from it. When your wife says something, the children hold on to it better than what you say. And what you, the man, say to the woman, your wife holds on better to it than to the children directly. Have you seen it? A lot of times the man will tell the children, they won't be able to implement it. It's a design. So when I talk about a chain of command, I'm talking about something very important. And because the man in the marriage setup carries authority, his words carry a certain energy, a certain vibration. His words carry a certain frequency that woman needs every morning. There's some kind of energy, strength that comes with the word coming from the man in that morning, so that she can use that energy and push to move in the day and accomplish and do all that. Very important. No, this is part 2. But I'll be releasing part 3, even today. Very important. A lot of men have neglected this responsibility. Your wife, your woman that is sleeping on the same bed with you, she gets up and she's looking outside at her colleague for a source of motivation for that morning. You are in big trouble. Some of them are looking at their status, the status of their ex, for a source of motivation to be able to get up and move and accomplish what they have to do in the day. You are in big trouble. This is part 2. Watch for part 3.